नमस्ते and good afternoon everybody. सबले नमस्कार, सबका नमस्कार, एल्लार्गे नमस्कार. I'm Dr. Madan Bhandari. Currently I am serving as assistant professor in Patanjali Ayurveda Medical College and Research Center, Dhulikhel, Kathmandu, Nepal. And I did my bachelor level BAMS from Kathmandu, Nepal, Ayurveda Campus Institute of Medicine. I did my MS from Department of Shalya Tantra in SDM College of Ayurveda and Hospital Hassan. Today I'm going to talk about Agni Karma Chikitsa through the Facebook live session of Nirogi Street. I personally thank Nirogi Street and especially Dr. Pooja Kohli ma'am for giving me this opportunity to speak something about Agni Karma. So today basically I'll be more focusing on Sushruta Sutra Sthana 12th chapter. Along with that, I'll be taking some important aspects of Sutra Sthana of Ashtanga Sangraha 14th chapter. Along with that, Chikitsa Sthana Dvivadiya Chikitsita Madhyaya 25th chapter of Charaka. So let's start with the Agni Karma Vidyadhyaya from Sushruta Sutra Sthana 12th chapter. And one more important thing I want to say here is you can have some questionnaires in the comment box and we will be talking about these all things at the end of this lecture. So let's start. So if you have the book of Sutra Sthana, Sutra Sthana, it will be even more better. So let's start with what is Agni Karma. So Agni Karma, defining Agni Karma, Acharya Dalana has stated that Agninam Kitva Yat Karma Agni Sambandhi Vayat Karma Tad Agni Karma. It means Agni Karma is the therapy, is the procedure that is done by using Agni. That means heat, that means fire. In modern days, different cutlery machines are the modern examples of Agni Karma. So, what is the importance? Why Agni Karma is needed? So, in different diseases and there are different indications of Agni Karma. So we'll be discussing about it. And talking about the importance of Agni Karma, Acharya Sushruta has stated that Charad Agni Garyan Kriyashu Vyakhyataha Taddagdanam Roganam Apnar Bhavat Vesaja Sastrai Charai Asadhyanam Tat Sadhyatvacha. So the thing is, Agni Karma it is more potent than Chara. Why? Tad Dagdanam Roganam Apunar Bhavad. There is no recurrence of the disease, and the disease which are asadhya through Vesaja Sastrak Charai, they are shadhya through Agni Karma. There may be some contradiction. You may think contradiction that in the previous chapter of Charabhaka Vidyadhyaya, Acharya Sushruta has stated that Shastranu Shastreva Chara Pradhanatama Chedya Vedya Lekhikarnat Tridosagnatvat Vishesakri Avacharanacha. There is stated that Chara is potent than all the Shastra Anushastra. Here is stating that Agni is more potent than Chara. But there is no contradiction. We have to understand that he has stated that Charad Agni Garyan Kriyashu Vyakhyataham. Kriyasu word means in terms of action. In terms of action, Agni Karma is more potent than the Chara. In terms of Guna, Chara is more potent than Agni Karma. And to make no contradiction, Acharya Dalana has stated that. He has given a beautiful example of Mahabharata. Yeah, he has stated that for very strong archery, Karna is Sarvashrestha. But to have a very far pointing object to be killed or to be pointed, Arjuna is best. So both are best in terms of different action. We cannot consider that one is greater than another and one is greater than another. The thing is, they have both important values. So that is the importance of Agni Karma. And he has stated different Dahanopakarana, different instruments that are used for Dahana, for Agni Karma. So different Dahanopakrama. Let's talk about this Dahanopakrama. So Pippali, Ajasakrit, Godanta, Sarasalaka, Jambavoshtha, Taralauha, Chaudraguda Snehasa. These are the different Dahano Upakarana explained by Acharya Sushruta. Acharya Vagvata, he adds some more like Esti Madhu, Shuryakanta and Shuchi, except these Dahana Upakaranas. And what Dahana Upakarana will be used in what type of Agni Karma? So he is explaining that Tatra Pippalyaja Ajashakrid Kodanta Sarasalakas Toggatanam. For the Agni Karma of Tocha, he advises the Upakarana like Pippali, Ajasakrid, the feces of goat, the pellets of goat, Godanta, the tooth of cow, Shara, the arrow, head of arrows, Shalaka, different types of Shalakas. These are for Tuggatanam. And Jambavoshtha Taraloha for Mamshagatanam. Jambavoshtha, explaining what is Jambavoshtha, Jambu Phala Sadrisha Mukhagra Krishna Pashana Rachita Vartihi. Dalan has explained that it's a Jambu Phala Sadrisham. Krishna Pashana Rachita Varti. The mouth of which looks like Jambu Phala Sadrisham. So Jambavoshta and Itara Lauha, the metals except the iron, they are used for the Mamsagatanam, for the Dahana Karma of Mamsha. Along with that, he is explaining Saudra Gudas Snehasam. So Jagari, Gudas, Sneha, these all, the Sneha, Vasa Majja, these all things are explained. These are the Upakaranas for the Agni Karma of Sira, Snayu and Sandhi Asti. So one more doubt arises here. Acharya Charaka has stated that Agni Karma Nagni Karmopadestabhyam Snayu Marma Vraneshucha. He is stating that for Snayu Marma, Agni Karma is contraindicated. But here we are talking about Agni Karma in Snayu and Sandhi Asti. So there is one more contradiction, but we shouldn't be worried about it because Acharya Sushruta also, he has stated that Agni Karma should not be done in Shirasnayu Sandhyasti. So, but he says that in case of emergency or in case of where there is bleeding has to be arrested from the Sira, Shonitati Pravitti. In that cases, Agni Karma has to be done. It's not always indicated, but whenever there is emergency cases or where there is big kriti from the Sira or Asti Dhamani, then only we will go for Agni Karma in Sirasnayu Shandasti. Even Kashyapa, Acharya Kashyapa has prohibited the Agni Karma, like he is explaining that Na Sirasnayu Shandasti Marmashopi Kathanchana Deshashot Kartanam Karyam Dahova Vishazagnina. Even he has stated that Agni Karma should not be done. Even Acharya Baudrashaunak, Acharya Baudrashaunak has explained that Tung Mamsha Samsito Vayus Tuk Dahe Naiva Shamyati Mamshe Dagdehi Shamyanti Sirasnayu Vasti Sandhija. That means if there is diseases of Tocha and Mamsha, the Agni Karma done in Tocha itself will cure the disease of both Tocha and Mamsha. If there is problem, if there is Vikriti in Shandija, Astija, Siraja, then the Agni Karma done in Mamsa itself will help to treat this condition. So let's go ahead. Different Agni Karma Kalam. Except the Sharad and Grishma, Ritu, all Ritushu. Tattagni Karma Sarvartushu Kuryad Annetra Sarada Grishma Abhyam. But even in Sarada and Grishma, if it is Tatrapi Atyayike Agni Karma Shadde Vyadho Tat Pratyanikam Vidim Kritva. By preparing all the Pratyanik Chikitsa, like Shita Upalepa, Shita Grita Upalepa, Shita Parisheka, if these things are made ready, we can go for emergency conditions of Agni Karma even in Sarada and Grishma. So Agni Karma, let's talk about the Agni Karma Vidhi. So what are the pre-operative measures before going for Agni Karma? So first we have to know that whether this patient is indicated for Agni Karma or not. Selection of patient. Number two, after the patient is selected, Agriho Paraniyam. So what Agni Karma we are planning for? All the Upakaranas has to be made ready. Then the third thing is Sharva Vyadeshu Riti Sucha Pichila Vannam Bhuktavataha. Pichila Anna, slimy food has to be given for the patient. But Mudagarma, Ashmari, Vagandaro Darasho Mukharogeshu Abhuktavataha Karma Kurvitam. In these cases, abhuktavataha, the patient has to be kept as nil paroral. Before Agni Karma, we cannot give food to these patients because they may have a lot of complications. So, different types of, now let's talk about the different types of Agni Karma techniques. Acharya Sushruta has stated that Tatra Duvidam Agni Karma Ahureke. Tokdagdam, Mamsudagdam cha. So there are two types of Agni Karma, that is Tokdagda and Mamsudagda. But Ihetu Sirasnayu Sandesti Suapi na Pratisiddognihi. That means I'm explaining that Tokdagda and Mamsudagda are the two types of Agni Karma. But Sirasnayu Sandesti Agni Karma is also not contraindicated if it is needed. So the previous statement is now proved that even Acharya Sushruta is stating that only in case of very need we have to go for Sirasnayu Shandesti Dagda. It is not prohibited. Okay, so let's move forward. Different types of some acharyas has explained different types of Agni Karma in respect to the Akriti. So Akriti here means the Akriti of the Agni Karma Shalaka itself, or it may be the Akriti of the Brana. So we'll be talking about it later. First let's finish the Dagda Lakshana. So what Dagda Lakshana will be present in case of different Agni Karma. So if it is Agni Karma of Tocha, Sabda Pradurvavaha, some sound will come. Durgandata, smell. Tok Shankucha, there will be the constriction of the skin. These are the sign, Dagda Lakshana of Tok Dagda. Then Kapota Varnata, color that of like pigeon color. Alpashvoyetu, Vedana, Suska Shankuchita Varnata. So Alpashvoyetu, slightly swelling will be there, pain will be there, and there will be dryness and Shankuchita Varnata, constriction of the Brana itself. That happens in case of Mamsha Dagda. Now let's move towards the Sirasnayu Dagda. In case of Sirasnayu Dagda, there will be Krishnonnata Vranata, Krishna Varnata and Unnata Varnata, elevated type of blackish coloration, discoloration will be present, and Srava Sannirodha. Very important is Srava. There will be reduction in the discharges. That means the bleeding will be stopped. Ruksharunata, there will be the Rukshata, Arunata and Karkasa Sthira Varnata in case of Shandi Asti Dagda. So these are the signs of proper burning. That means in case of different types of Tocha, Mamsa, Sandhi, Asti, Dagda, these are the signs of proper Agni Karma. Let's move ahead. So according to the Dahana Pradesha, different types of sites of Agni Karma. Tatra Siro Rogadi Adimantha Yor Brulalata Sanka Pradesheshu Dahet. In case of Siro Roga, different types of Siro Roga and Adimantha. In these diseases, the Agni Karma has to be done in Bru, in the eyebrows, Lalata, in the forehead, and in the Sanka Pradesheshu, in the temples, in the temple regions. So, in case of Bhartma Roga, it has to be done, Agni Karma has to be done in Bhartma Roma Kupan. In the eyelashes, we have to go for Agni Karma. How? First, the eyes has to be closed with Ardra Laktaka Pratichannam. Drishtim means eye has to be closed with the wet cloth, the wet cottons. Then only we have to go for Agni Karma. So these are the different types of Dahana Pradesha. So let's talk about in what cases Agni Karma has to be done, except what we talked about it earlier. Tongmamsa Sirasnayu Shandesthite Atyugra Ruji Vayavaha. So the pain due to Vata, very severe pain due to Vata in Tongmamsa Sirasnayu Asti Sandhi, we have to go for Agni Karma. Then Utsita Katina Shupta Mamshi. In case of elevated Mamsha, Shupta Mamsha and Brana, Granthi, Grantharsho, Arvuda, Vagandara, Apachi, Slipada, Charmakila, Tilakala, Kantra Vidde, Sandhis Sira Sedanadeshu, Nari Shonitati Pravittishu, Cha Agni Karma Kuryat. In case of Granthi, Arsha, Arbuda, in the tumorous growth, okay, Apachi, Slipada, these all things are very important in case of Tilakalaka, Antrabriddhi. In case of any scrotal enlargement, like we call it Briddhi. So And Sirachchedanadishu, whenever there is the Sirachcheda, whenever there is the vessels, venesection has been done, in that cases, and Nadi Shoditati Prabhittishu, whenever there is Shoditati Prabhitti in Nadi Vrana, in these cases we have to go for Agni Karma. These are the indications. So, what are the contraindications of Agni Karma then? Athem Agninam Pariharet. In these cases, Agni Karma should be prohibited. Pitta Prakritihi. The patient who are of Pitta Prakriti, Antashonitam, where there is internal bleeding. So, Acharyas also say that it's not internal bleeding, it's the accumulation of blood. Means it's an internal hematoma. Vinna Koshtam, when there is visceral perforation. Anudrita Shalyam, where there is the Shalya is not taken out. Durvalam, weak people. Balam, children. Vriddham, very old people. Viru, the person who are very fearful. Aneka Pranapaditam, the person who have multiple wounds. And Asweddas Cheti, the person who are Aswedda, who are contraindicated for Shvedana Karma. Acharya Bhagavata, except these all things, he has added Chara Narha, the person who is contraindicated for Chara Karma are automatically contraindicated for Agni Karma too. So these are the contraindications of Agni Karma. So let's talk about the different Akriti, Dahana Akriti. Here different Dahana Akriti are told which are used for Agni Karma. Tatra Valaya. Valaya means the bangles, the metallic bangles we use. So that is circular like ring like bangles is Valaya. Valaya Akriti. Bindu is dot, pointed. Vilekha. Vilekha and Virekha. We can use the both terms. Vilekha, Virekha. That is different types of straight lines. These are Vilekha and Pratisarana. Pratisarana itself is not a Dahana Akriti. But what we can see is Pratisarana. Pratisarana means to use the Agni Tapta Salaka and do the Avacharana of Agni Karma. This is the Pratisarana. And this Pratisarana, except this Pratisarana, Vilekha, Vindu, Valaya, Acharya Bhagavata has added 3 more Agni Karma varieties. That is the Shostika, Ashtapada, and one more is Ardhachandrakara. These 3 Agni Karma varieties are explained by Acharya Bhagavata. So one more very important thing he has explained is Rogasya Sasthanam Aveksha Shamyak Narasya Marmani Valavalam Cha Vyadim Tathartum Samiksha Shamyak Tatobhyavesh Ed Visag Agni Karma. So before doing Agni Karma, we have to do Samyak Samiksha of the Marma, the Bala and Avala of the patient. Because if the patient has Avala, it's contraindicated. So Vyadhi, what type of disease the patient has. Tathartum means Evam Ritum, the different types of Ritu. These all things has to be done, Samyak Shamiksa has to be done in these things, and then only the Visag has to start the Agni Karma. So what to do after Agni Karma if Agni Karma is done? So Tatatra Shamyak Dagde Madhu Sharpir Vyam Abhenga. After Agni Karma is done, we have to apply the Shamyak Dagda. After Shamyak Dagda has done, we have to apply the Madhu and Sarpi. So why Madhu and Sarpi has to be applied? In this case, Acharya Dallana has explained that Agni Karma Dushita Rakta Pittayo Prasadaya Vedanopashamaya cha. So the Dushita Rakta and Pitta, because after Agni Karma the Pitta will be Dushit, the Rakta will be Dushit. So to Prasadana, for Prasadana of the Agni Karma induced Rakta and Pitta Dushana, and to pacify the Vedana, to pacify the pain, we have to go for Agni Karma, Madhu and Sarpi Abhenga after Agni Karma. So let's move towards the Anyatha Dagda. We have planned for Shamyak Dagda. We have planned for proper Agni Karma, but always it won't happen. Sometimes we may move towards the Pramada Dagda. Sometimes Dagda may be more. It may be improper. So Acharya Shushruta has explained this different other conditions where Agni Karma won't be proper. It won't be Shamyak. So these are different. These are explained as Anyatha Dagda or Pramada Dagda. अत ऊर्ध्वम इतरथा दग्ध, they are also called इतरथा दग्ध, लक्षणं वक्ष्यामः। तत्र स्निग्धं रुक्षं वा आश्रित्य द्रव्यम अग्निर्दहति अग्निशंतप्तो हि स्नेह सूक्ष्म शिरास्नायु स्वारित्वाद त्वगादीनान अनुप्रविश्याशु दहति तस्मात् स्नेह दग्धे अधिकारुचो भवन्ति। Here what is saying that when there is sneha dagda, it causes more pain, because the sneha, if it is dagda by the agni santapta sneha through the sukshma shira, and it moves towards through the sukshma shira of the tosha, it moves towards the body and it causes more pain. So the ruksha sneha is less painful than the snigdha agni karma. So different types of Veda of Agni Karma. Let's talk about the different Vedas. They are Plushta, Durdagda, Samyak Dagda and Ati Dagda. Except these all other words in the Plushta, except Plushta, Acharya Bhagavad has accepted all the others like Durdagda, Samyak Dagda, Ati Dagda. Instead of Plushta, he has used the word Tutta. So Tutta, Durdagda, Samyak Dagda, Ati Dagda. These four are by Acharya Bhagavata. So what happens in Plushta, what happens in Durdagda, Samyak Dagda and Ati Dagda? Let's talk about it. So Yad Vivarnam Plushyati Ati Matram. Whatever there happens, only Plushyati Ati Matram. So what is Plushyate? Atyartham Dayate Nacha Spototpatti Shyat. Wherever there is severe pain, severe burning sensation, but there is no formation of spota. That is Plushta. So this is we can correlate with the first stage burn. So in case of first stage burn, there will be singeing of the spot will be shwinna. Singeing will only happen. So this is Plushta. Yatra uttishtanti spotas tibra chosha daha raga paka vedanas chirat upashamyati tad durdagdam. The second stage, the second type of Dagda Veda is Durdagda. In Durdagda, what happens? There will be formation of blisters and there will be Tibra Chosha, different very severe sucking type of pain, sucking type of burning sensation, Daha, Raga, even Paka and Vedana. This type of Vedana will be there. The wound will be Chiratupashamyati, pacified after a very long time. This is Durdagda. Then third one, what the proper branding will, proper Agni Karma. This is Samyak Dagda. Samyak Dagdam Anavagadam Talavarnam Shushasthitam Purva Lakshana Yuktam. Here the Samyak Dagda means Anavagada. That means it is not that much deeper. Talavarna. Talavarna is a tala fruit like Borassus flavellifera. That is the Latin name of the Talavarna, Talafala. So Talavarna Shushasthitam. It will be Shushasthitam and Purva Lakshana Yuktam. Purva Lakshana means what I told about the previous type of Dagda like Tok Dagda, Shabda Pradur Bhava, Vivarnata, these all like Tok Dagda, Mamsha Dagda, Sirasnayu Dagda, whatever in Sloka 8 we have explained, these signs will be present in case of Samyak Dagda. So Ati Dagde, Mamshavalambalam, there will be hanging type of the muscles, will be hanging, Gatra Vislesha, the tissues, the parts of the body will be Vislesha, Sirasnayu Shandhasthitam Vyapadanamati Matram. There will be the Sirasnayu Nashtam, this Sirasnayu will be damaged. Along with that, Jora, Daha, Pipasha, Mursha, these are all complications, these all Upadrama will be present. What happens to the prana? Rascha Chasya Chirena Rohati. The wound healing will be very delayed and Rudascha Vivarno Bhavati. If it happens, if the wound healing happens also, Vivarno Bhavati, the scar will be very bad, scar will be formed. So these are the different types of Dagda Veda like Plushta, Durdagda, Samyak Dagda, Ati Dagda. So Samyak Dagda is what we desire in case of all Agni Karma. We don't desire the Plushta, Durdagda and Ati Dagda. Okay, so let's move ahead. So if it happens, if the Plushta happens, Durdagda happens, Samyak Dagda happens and Ati Dagda happens, what measures we have to follow? So let's see what Acharya Shushruta says. Agnina kopitam raktam vrisham janto prakupyati ततस्तैनैव वेगेन पित्तमस्याभ्युदीर्यते तुल्यवीर्ये उवे हेते रसतो द्रव्यतस्तथा तेनाश्य वेदनास्तीव्रा प्रकृत्या च विधीयते स्फोटा शीघ्रं प्रजायन्ते जोरस्तृष्णा च वादते. The in the Susuta Sutra Sthana 12th chapter 17th and 18th sloka, he says that if the blood, if the rakta is after Agni Karma, the rakta will be pradushit, rakta kopa will be happen, then it causes vegana pitta and rakta will also, along with the rakta, pitta will also be aggravated, it will also be dushita. So because they have the tulya virya, both have the same rasha and drabya and virya. So due to the pitta, rakta will also be aggravated and they will cause vedanas tibra vedana will be there. Spota sigram prajayante, blisters will be formed, and jora, trishna, these all conditions will be formed. So what treatment has to be done? If it happens, what we have to go? So dagdasyopashamarthaya chikitsa samprabhakshate. Now I'll explain about the chikitsa. Plus tasyagni pratapanam karyamushtam tathaushadam. We may feel contrary. It's a plustadagda. It's due to heat. But he explains that in case of plustadagda, we have to go for ushna ushada. Why? Because sharire shvinna bhuiste svinnam bhavati sonidam. Whenever there is, the body itself will be sudated. The body itself will be swinna. In that case, the rakta will also be swinna. Rakta will also be sudated. In that case, if we go for sita chikitsa, the raktam will be skandayati. There will be coagulation. The blood will be coagulated. So, tasma sukheti hi ushram natu shitam kathanchana. So, ushna chikitsa is useful in this case, not the shita chikitsa. And in case of durdagda, shitam ushnam cha durdagde kriyam kuryad visak punah grita lepana sekastu sita nevashikaret. In case of durdagda, shitam ushnam chikitsa has to be done. Grita lepana sekastu sita nevash. First, we have to assess if the bladder is swinna or not. If bladder is swinna, we have to go for the ushna chikitsa. If it is ashwinna, we have to continue the sita chikitsa. So sita mushnam chikitsa, and along with that, the grita lepana, seka, this all has to be done is sita chikitsa. Now let's go towards the samyak dagda. In case of samyak dagda, tugakshiri, plaksha, chandana, gairika, this is all mixed with the amrita and sharpisha. Then snigdha lepa has to be done in case of samyak dagda. Along with that, the gramya anupa audaka mamsha, this has to be made paste, and pralepana has to be done in case of samyak dagda. And the treatment protocol has to be done is like pitta vidradivat. So pitta vidradi chikitsa in chikitsa sthanas 16th chapter we will be discussing. So pitta vidradivat chikitsa has to be done in case of samyak dagda. So in case of ati dagde vishirnani mamshan udritya sitalam. So whatever necrosed tissue are there, whatever the tissues which are dead, they has to be removed out, and sitala chikitsa has to be done. Pashat kandula kandane, the tandula kandana, tinduki twak, this all along with the grita has to be lepana has to be done in the proper wound. Branam guruchi patrerva chadayet athavaudakai kriyam cha nikhilam kuryat vishak pitta visharpavat. The wound has to be covered with the guruchi patra or audaka patra, the aquatic plants, the leaf of aquatic plants. The vrana has to be covered, and all the treatment procedures, the protocol has to be followed as per the pitta visharpa. In case of samyak dagda, pitta vidradivat. In case of ati dagda, pitta visharpavat chikitsa has to be done. So along with that, we can go for in all cases of dagda branam, madhuchishtam, wax, so madhukam, yasti madhu, rodra, sharjarasha tatha manjishtam, chandanam, murva, pishtva, sharpim vipachet. In manjista, chandana, murva, these all can be added with the pista and ghee, and sarvesham agni dagdanam etad dropanam uttamam. This can be applied. So this can be done for all cases of agni dagda. So for plushya, ati dagda, samyak dagda, ati dagda, this treatment protocol, this lepa can be done. So this was short idea about the agni karma. and different treatment. In case of recent days, there are a lot of studies going on, especially for the pain management, pain related with the bones, joints. Agni Karma is very famous. A lot of researches are going on, discussing about the ability, the potential of Agni Karma for pain management. So how it acts, most important thing is many people, they do it, but they don't have a proper idea about how Agni Karma works. So let's talk about the probable mode of action of Agni Karma Chikitsa. So talking about the probable mode of action, according to the Ayurveda point of view, Agni possesses Ushna, Tikshna, Sukshma and Asukari Guna. So Ushna, Tikshna, Sukshma and Asukari Guna, these are opposite of Vata and Kapha. So they remove the Shrotavarodha, and that pacifies the Vata and Kapha dosha. So this is what Agni Karma does, the heat does in case of dosha. So it also increases the Rasha Rakta Sambhana, the flow of Rasha and Rakta on the affected site, and it flushes away. When the blood supply is increased, it flushes away the pain producing substances, and the patient's pain will be decreased. So we can talk about the effect of Agni Karma on the Dhatu. So Agni Karma itself, it increases the Dhatu Agni. Dhatu, the Agni of the Dhatu level, it will be increased. So metabolism at the Dhatu level will be increased, which helps in the digestion of Ama dosha. So this may how Agni Karma work, the probable mode of action of Agni Karma from the Ayurvedic point of view. In modern point of view, through the modern point of view, as per the modern science, there are a lot of hypotheses, there are a lot of theories that explains how Agni Karma works. Let's have a slight look about it. So there is one theory called gate control theory. It explains that pain sensations are transferred by two types of fiber. There are fiber A and fiber C. Fiber A, in case of fiber A, they are stimulated by the heat, cold, temperature. I repeat, there are two types of fiber that takes the pain sensation. These are the fiber A and fiber C. So A type of fiber, they are stimulated by the heat, cold and temperature. Whereas C type of fiber, they are stimulated by pain. When the A type of fiber is stimulated, they cause the blockade of C type of fibers, so the pain won't be felt. The pain will be there, but it won't be felt. It will be dampened by the stimulation of A fibers by Agni Karma. The second theory is increased metabolism. So heat causes increase in the metabolism of affected part. Increased metabolism. Heat causes increase in the metabolism of affected part, which leads to the increased demand of oxygen and the nutrition. Along with that, it increases the output of waste production, including metabolites responsible by the pain. So the metabolites that are pain metabolites will also be flushed out, and the increased blood supply will also happen. So in this way, it increases the metabolism of body and decreases the pain. So effect on nerves. What effect of Agni Karma can be seen in nerves? There is one theory which explains that any sensory excitation reaching the brain simultaneously with a pain excitation results in the attenuation of pain impulse, because pathway for pain and thermal signals run parallelly, and they ends in the same area. So completely exclusion of a pain impulse by heat that occurs, and it dampens the excitation by the other sensory fibers. So this is one probable mode of action that is thought to be affecting on the nerves. So what effect can happen in the cardiovascular system? So Agni Karma causes stimulation of superficial nerve endings. So the superficial nerve endings will be stimulated, that causes reflex dilatation of the arterioles, so that the vasodilation happens and there will be increased blood flow to the very area. the same thing. Now the blood supply will be increased. This is the probable mode of action through the cardiovascular system. The other view is heat may stimulate a lateral spinothalamic tract. That is the latest view, which says that it will stimulate the lateral spinothalamic tract. That leads to stimulation of descending pain fibers. The descending pain inhibitory fibers will be stimulated and they will release the endogenous opioids. The endogenous opioid peptide that inhibits the release of P substance, the substance P, that causes the presynaptic inhibition, and it blocks the transmission of pain. This is how the heat causes stimulation of the lateral spinothalamic tract. So these are the probable mode of action from the Ayurvedic point of view and the modern science. According to the modern science, these are the different theories which explains how Agni Karma works. So this is almost a brief about the Agni Karma. Let's talk about some of the questions. I'll take some questions in the comment box. Can we do Agni Karma in Marma points? We can't do Agni Karma in Marma points because in these points, even in Marma Sthira Snayu, it is indicated whenever there is emergency. Whenever there is they have given a good example of Shira Veda, Shira Chedana, Shonitati Pravitti. Whenever there is Shonitati Pravitti, we go for Shira's Agni Karma only in these cases. In Marma, definitely it's contraindicated. Can Agni Karma followed by Shira Veda? Generally, we cannot go for that because they are Pradhana Karma, both they themselves are both Pradhana Karma. So we have to follow the proper regimen. So Agni Karma has to be done separately and Shira Veda has to be done separately in a separate day. How to approach deep-seated con at plant respect at Tala Hridaya Marma by Agni Karma? Should it be done directly or should the con be excised and then Agni Karma can be done? What you can do is Shastra Karma can be done by taking proper care. Shastra Karma can be done in the Marma. Whenever it's until it's very emergency, we try to prohibit Agni Karma in case of Marmas. So we can go for excision of the con. How can we choose the rationality of Avastik Chikitsa of Vada Vadis by Agni Karma and Shira Veda? Which one go for in what all conditions? Here there are so much studies going on which talks about the parallelly they are comparing their comparative study of Agni Karma along with the Shira Veda is going on. In case of Shira Veda, it's mostly done in case of along with the pain management. In case of pain management, Agni Karma is also good. Shira Veda can also be done, but Shira Veda is done for must Pitta Rakta Vikaram, whereas Agni Karma does the production of Pitta and Rakta. So depending upon the dosha pradhanya, if it is the Bhatak of a pradhanya, we can go for Agni Karma, and if it is a Rakta Pitta pradhanya, we can go for Shira Veda. As you said, Marma has to be evaluated. How often is it practiced and considered in practice? It's a very important question. It's practiced very superficially. To be frank, it's practiced very superficially. All the people, they don't have proper idea. All the Vaidyas, they don't have a proper idea of the Marma. So whatever they do is by considering the superficial idea of the Marma, and they do the Agni Karma. They follow the Agni Karma procedure in all these conditions. So I think the questions are over. So I want to thank once again to all my viewers, Nirogi Street team, and especially Dr. Pooja Kohli ma'am for inviting me for this lecture on Agni Karma. I'm thankful for everyone, and in these pandemic days, I request everybody to stay safe, to stay in home, and do whatever they can do for the service of mankind from home. So thank you so much for listening me. Thank you for your time. I want to conclude my lecture. Thank you so much.